At Sierra, discover top workout gear at incredible prices, which might lead to another discovery. Your headphones haven't been connected this whole time. Awkward. Discover top brands at unexpectedly low prices. Sierra, let's get moving.
Hello, friends. Guess who? That's right. It is I, the Replacer. Once again, I've been called on so you can play the new Call of Duty, Black Ops 7. With 3 expansive modes, 18 multiplayer maps, and the tastiest zombie gameplay you've ever freaking seen.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 7. Available now. Rated M for mature.
Another day, another last show. I am David Cooper. And in a dramatic turn on the raging debate into how many eggs a chicken can lay, we go to an incident in Port St. Lucie, Florida. And we go to our foreign correspondent, Tony Five, who reports live from the scene of his apartment in London, England. Tony, welcome to the show.
David, my favorite place in the world, Florida, hits the news again with the most insane, unbelievable titles, my friend. Yep, Port St. Lucie in Florida. Again, I believe every place there is made up, but a man, 45-year-old guy, they started an argument in a pub about how many eggs a chicken can lay, David. Do you know?
I don't, and I wouldn't even try to guess because I know discussions about how many eggs a chicken can lay, based on this story, can end in violence. And so this guy, enraged over, I guess, a disagreement, the police actually didn't report how many eggs each arguing party.
I think they don't want to start controversy, David. They could be copycat killers around here or copycat shooters. But basically, this guy just he pulled out a 45mm Glock handgun, which isn't a small gun by any account. And he started shooting. He shot 4 shots. People ran away. Luckily, no one was hurt or killed, which is why we can talk about it lightheartedly. But what an insane reason to be arrested, arguing over how many eggs a chicken can lay. And if anybody sees the video, this guy looks like a typical hillbilly Joe. You kind of want to call him grandpa. He's got a funny little hat on. He's got a long beard. I just don't understand Florida. I will never understand Florida.
I feel like you and I need to go to Florida someday with a documentary crew and film a short called Tony Understands Florida. But yeah, this guy, he looks like, I don't know, he's wearing a straw hat, over like jean overalls, but they're little shorty pant ones.
Yep. We call them dungarees in the UK. What do you call them there?
I don't know. Jean overall, shorty panties. I don't know what you call them. He's wearing like sandals and he's carrying a gun and he's... Yeah. I don't know where he fired, but he was really angry. He felt he knew the correct answer of eggs that a chicken lays versus the person he threatened. Thankfully, no one hurt. But other individuals were arrested along with this guy for, quote, obstructing. So maybe they were on his side? Like, I don't...
Perhaps. To be fair, the article does say that he had been smoking marijuana. He was agitated. He was a little bit paranoid. But he genuinely believed that people will try to con him, basically lie to him. But how would you prove such a thing? How would you prove that a chicken lays X amount of eggs?
Instead of going to get your gun if you're infuriated by someone getting the number wrong, why don't you just go back to your farm, grab a chicken, and bring it to the bar? And then no arrests happen, and you can prove your point.
Or go to Wikipedia, right? Or Google. You don't even have to go anywhere.
Oh, yeah. Couldn't you just ask ChatGPT what is the average number of eggs a chicken lays?
I like the way you, as a tech guy, the first thing you thought of was go back to a farm and grab a chicken. Fantastic. What a way to win an argument. Right, I'm going back to my farm, guys. I'll be back in a bit.
I'm just suggesting alternatives that you could bring to an argument about the number of eggs that a chicken lays that wouldn't end up in gunfire and an arrest. And I'm thinking either a chicken or a smartphone. Those are 2 great things to bring.
It does lead me to think, what is the worst ridiculous arguments people have got into over facts that has ended in violence? I do think I've been in pubs like my whole life in security, and the amount of things people will argue about when they're inebriated is ridiculous. It is unbelievable. Like, I've had somebody that really genuinely believed doner kebabs, which I don't know whether you have in the US.
Yeah, we have
they're
kebabs.
like
We have
shawarma, doner kebab.
We call them kebabs, not kebabs,
Kebabs.
but, you know, same difference.
And one person believed that they were recycled elephant legs
Oh,
and would have died on the cross believing that. Absolutely convinced.
so they thought that like layered meat thing that spins
Yeah,
around,
that
it's
spins
just like
round,
layered
yeah.
cuts of meat that cook,
Correct.
was an elephant foot?
Were elephants' legs.
Wow.
And that's why you never really heard about elephants getting older or dying, because people somewhere cut them off and created elephant leg doner kebab. And the doner stood for donor, as in the elephants were donors.
Oh, I see. So, and rather than that argument ending in gunfire, he could have brought an elephant to the bar or a smartphone.
He could have gone to Africa, asked an elephant and brought it back, by your logic, yes.
All right, Tony, you are coming to New York and then Canada. We're going to Toronto and the greater Toronto area in about a week now. What do you want to do let's start with Canada. What do you plan on doing in Toronto other than just hanging out with me and stuff?
Well, I'm not going to be hanging out with you, number one, so
Rude.
that's great.
Rude.
So I'll be coming over to Toronto. If there's anybody in Toronto that would like to meet, I would more than happily love to meet you.
Oh, God.
I am going to be seeing the famous sites. I'm going to see the Knicks Stadium.
You're going to see the Seattle Space Needle, you know, the famous
the Barrier
needle,
Reef, the Great Barrier Reef
Yep,
of
yep.
Toronto. I believe you have a great knitting convention. I think it's called the Needle Tower, the CN Needle Tower or something like that.
Oh, yeah, that's the Space Needle. No, it's the CN Tower.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel like you haven't been to Canada, my native country, in many, many years. Like, you haven't been there for 15 or 20 years.
Oh, yeah, so longer than that. 20 years. I went when it was safe to walk around and to get on flights and stuff. It was years and years ago, 20-something years ago. I spent time in Toronto itself. I enjoyed it. I loved it. I loved the people. I remember saying to you recently, I want to go out for a Canadian meal, and you said there is no such thing.
Well, there is. You're going to get me in trouble. I just mean, like, it's usually, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of what a Canadian restaurant is. Every restaurant in Canada is Canadian and has Canadian influence. But it's not like, I don't know, it's not like Italian restaurants here.
Okay.
You know.
Well, you always tell me off because my palate is very, very weak. Well, it's the palate of a 5-year-old, which is true, it is. And I kind of I like Italian, Chinese. If anybody's got any suggestions for me where to eat, somewhere reasonable, I'd like to go and find it out.
Yeah, email Tony. His email address is tony@lastshow.pizza. That's .pizza, not .com. Suggestions where to go if you want to meet up with him, although I don't recommend you're opening yourself up.
Why not, dear boy? You should.
Tony@lastshow.pizza. We'll have to get you poutine. I mean, and then maybe Tim Hortons.
Isn't he the president of Russia?
No, that's something slightly different. One is a man, the other is French fries, cheese curds, and gravy, and it's delicious.
Okay. Not unlike the Russian president.
No, yeah, he's mostly made of French fries, cheese curds, and gravy.
Yep.
All right, so, and then you're coming here for Thanksgiving. I just finalized the menu. We're gonna make a like a roast, like a rib roast.
Breaking news! This is the first time hearing of it.
And we're gonna have subprime rib.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so very subprime. No, I'm trying to haggle with my butcher because a prime rib to feed like 12 people is not cheap.
No.
So I'm trying to haggle with her. I think she's going to give me a deal.
Good. So, no, it sounds great. I'm looking forward to it, my friend.
All right, Tony5 in Canada. You got suggestions or want to meet up with him? Tony, I'm worried about you. Email him at tony@lastshow.pizza. That's not tony@lastshow.pizza. Tony is at tony@lastshow.pizza. I hope that was clear.
Clear as mud, my friend. Clear as mud.
Foreign correspondent Tony5, thanks for being here.
Bye-bye.